So we look at some theory about theory of constraints, the bottleneck, how does that work, and the non-bottlenecked activities, and blah blah blah. Right now, we're gonna go and see some problems, and we have one problem here, which is a loan application process. Okay, and believe me, I know a lot about that. I had to do it 2 times for my construction loan. That hopefully it's going to be done when the semester starts. But anyway, it took. By the way, it took a lot more time than that. It took me about 60 days to do it everything. So, uh, in this example, you have step one, check loan document. Step two, categorize loans. Step three and four are done at the same time. Okay. So check credit and enter application into system, and then step five, which is complete the paperwork. Okay. And what the problem wants is to understand what single step is the bottleneck. So we just saw in the previous video the concept of a bottleneck. What is the throughput time? So throughput time is a new concept for us. Throughput time is the time between the beginning of the process and the end of the process. How long does it take if I put an application here, it goes this step, go through those two at the same time, and then goes to this one, right? How long does it take from the beginning until the end? And letter C, it's about capacity. What is the maximum amount of loans that I can process per hour? So what is the capacity per hour? Okay, so now what I want you guys to do is to try to do that by yourself, and that's okay if you do it wrong. I'll continue the video and show how that problem is done. But I want you guys to stop the video now and do it by yourself, okay? And don't cheat, okay? So stop the video in 3, 2, 1. Okay. Now I believe you stopped and started again. Well, I actually think you guys didn't stop the video and just watching it, but remember, I'm a good guy. Remember that when you're going to do the process evaluations, course evaluations, and I'm going to keep going. I'm going to do the problem for you guys, okay? Okay, so here we have the problem. I just draw the diagram again and put the questions, right? The first question is, what process is the bottleneck? So we have here 15 minutes, 20 minutes, 15, 12, and 10, right? The bottleneck we saw in the previous video, it is the slowest process, or the process with the highest time. It takes more time, right? So we can see that step number 2 is going to be the bottleneck because it takes 20 minutes, right? So it's the slowest process, okay? And I did that just by looking at the numbers, okay? So A is going to be step 2. For next question is, what is the throughput time? So what is the time from the beginning until the end? So we need just to add the times from each step. So to go to through step 1, it takes 15 minutes. Through step 2, 20 minutes. So that's 35 minutes. Then it have to go simultaneously in these two paths, right? This takes 15, this takes 12. Means that this one will be faster, right? But it can't not go to the next step until step 3 have to be ready, right? So the process will be waiting here 3 minutes until step 3 comes, and then together they will cross the bridge here to step number 5. Yes, very romantic, I know. So it's going to be 15 plus 20 plus 15 plus 10. Okay, 15 plus 20 plus 15 plus 10, and that 15 because it's the max value between those two, right? And now go to question C. What is the capacity per hour of this whole system, right? So to do that, the easy way is just to calculate the capacity in each step and see which one is the slowest one, right? So this one can do 4 per hour. This one, like 15 minutes, 1, right? And an hour has 60 minutes, by the way. Step 2 is going to be 3 per hour. Step 4 is going to be 5 per hour. Step 3 is going to be 4 per hour. And step 5 is going to be 6 per hour. Right? So, which one is the bottleneck? Well, we know that the bottleneck is step 2, and you can see it again. It can only do 3 per hour. So just pay attention to this. It's very important what I'm going to say now. Sometimes the problem will give you the time. Sometimes will give you the capacity, and it's a different number. If it's the time it takes, you go and look at the highest one. If it's the capacity, you have to look at the lowest one. Okay, time highest one, capacity lowest one. Okay, so the lowest capacity is 3 per hour, and that will be the bottleneck, right? So 3 per hour. Okay.
So now that you know how to solve this problem, we're going to go to the quiz problem. Okay. So the figure below here is showing some COVID test. You guys are expert on that now. We have 4 steps here. Here, how many minutes they take. You need to do similar to the last problem. What is the throughput? What is the step is the bottleneck? And how many tests can you do per hour? And this will be the quiz problem. I promise I will put it this time.